So today the name of the recording is Hold Your Madness or Hold Your Horses. And the word of the day is truth. Truth. And I was thinking how many of us are pretty much wired for truth. And is there one universal truth though? Or is it all specific to the organic system, which is vibrating on that specific frequency and resonates with the truth, which it believes to be so? And then if the frequency changes, maybe the truth changes as well. But I also think this is like, since we are not a thing, we are not a static thing, we're a system in a process of development. And so is the universe. So how are we picking up the signals from everything around us, other people, from the outside existence, signals from the universal existence? How do we reflect to all of this? And I think at this moment of time, we exist now, it's quite challenging. It feels like we're in this void where everything is in a limbo. And like the scale, almost, the truth scale cannot even balance itself because there's so many opposing forces which are in many instances contradicting each other. But then if one looks deeper inside and asks questions, the answers inevitably come specific to this person or to this organic system, which in this now moment is searching for its own truth. So, and sometimes I just buy things because I think about things, and then some in the physical, some things attract me. So this is my gyroscope, which I bought some time ago, and it's also, I think it was a similar conversation with myself. What is my truth? Who agrees with my truth? Is my truth universal, or I'm just picking on different thoughts and ideas around me? So I think it all actually exists, and there are truths which are universal, truths which are individual, and there is a collection of many different truths, and in many instances they may be opposing each other. So it all depends on the specific frequency. Oh, and I have my little compass here. Now, which way is the truth going today? But I also think there is something more into that. And as everyone else, I'm not immune from the circumstances happening outside of us. Given I'm going to be sacrificing my job for my beliefs and from my internal truth, which this is what I believe in. I cannot accept the mandatory influence over my body by certain forces who believe to have authority over me, but I don't agree with that. So this very much applies to me. And then what can we do about it? It's a long period of waiting, which has been very trying for many of us and painful. And then I was thinking, at some point in my life in high school, I was playing basketball, and they were making us train a lot. So there was a lot of running, like maybe 5 miles a day, each day. And there comes a point where you feel, your body feels like you can't do it anymore. You're like, you're just, I'm giving up. I can't do this anymore. And if at that moment you decide not to give up, you continue, all of a sudden the whole energy renews. I'm sure many of you who've done sports have experienced this phenomena. It's almost like at the point where you're about just to give up and you're saying, I can't do it. And all of a sudden there is a surge of new energy, and you continue, and you just continue. You go on with energy which comes from somewhere. So I was reminded of this phenomena. It's almost like, hold on a little longer. It's not, don't give up. It's gonna come. The energy will come. Just don't say you're giving up. So, okay, I understand that. I fully understand that, in the weight and, and the truths, how they can be individualized, subjective, how they may have different weight based on how many are here, or maybe they're diverse and dispersed. And what is the universal, the global truth? Why is this all happening? I used to, when the so-called pandemia started, and initially it didn't look so bad, but then it deepened, with the house arrests and sitting at home, not being able to go out, kids getting into depression, adults getting into depression, and everybody having different opinions on everything, or what's happening and why is it happening, and a lot of arguments, a lot of division, with family, with friends, a lot of anger, pure anger, and then this is why I'm calling this hold your horses or hold your madness. But I guess it takes little time to come to after the emotions are gone, just to be able to analytically assess somewhat what one had gone through. We're all, and I've spoken about this in almost every one of my recordings, so every cell is a reflection of every other cell in the body. Reflection of the organ, a reflection of the whole body, and there is a reflection, the field reflection outside of the body, which is connected into many multidimensional layers to not only this specific field itself, but to many different things, fields, and nothing is disconnected. Everything is one. It's one humongous, pulsating, intelligent consciousness, which we are expression of, and we're absolutely not disconnected from anything else. And it's a holographic universe. It's a discrete, moment by moment creation, which we perceive as a continuous. Every moment recreates itself in the next moment. It's like a film created by separate pictures, which is exactly how it's done. But the speed of the film deceives our eyes, so we think it's continuous. Similarly, in this case, whereas we are recording, burning into that field, our emotions, our thoughts, our behaviors, everything gets recorded, and it goes in and out forever. It's recorded forever. And if this is the case, and everything, we live in this holographic hologram at many different multidimensional layers, and everything is a reflection of everything else. So what's the point to argue with the people around you and tell them, oh, this is my truth and your truth is not truth? That doesn't make any sense. It absolutely makes no sense. It makes sense from a perspective of polarity and duality and negative and positive, the way we're used to thinking of things. But this doesn't make any sense. So almost like the global picture is just to mix all of this and the whole thing to become neutralized, not only on a personal level, but also like the whole consciousness, the whole human consciousness to become neutralized at a point where it balances itself out on the both sides, with the understanding of both sides. So it's almost like we've been asked, hold on, continue the run, because a new energy will come in, and you will be able to continue with renewed sense of living, so to say. So this was the main internal conversation I had this morning. I wanted to share, maybe it would be helpful to someone. And I looked at some of my old drawings. I've shown this before, the flying clover, how our heart center neutralizes the energies going through our body. The 7 main energy centers, they're neutralized in our heart, and how it's 2 half cycles making one, with the flip-flops in a horizontal and spiral toroidal waves in a vertical way. So I just, speaking of this reflection and moment-to-moment existence, I wanted to show this drawing which I did in August 2017, and how in this field it's almost like there is the future and the past, and the infinity and the finite, and the present moment, and how everything splits in. So one splits into two, and this is like the Trinity. The Trinity, which is the present moment, is in this Trinity, and it's almost like. And then I was, again, my analytical mind came into play, and it was thinking, oh, you have one photon. If you excite the photon, it will split into two, and one will spin in this way, the other one would spin this way. So photons, being particles and waves, they do the same thing. So I just wanted to share this, and this would be the meditation, and how everything pretty much coils into the space-time continuum, and all of this memory is absolutely infinite, although it happens in finite space. And I have some drawings of how the DNA weaves into all of this, and also how the truth and truth, wisdom, love, justice, kindness, they're all connected in one perfect relationship when everything is ideal. And also the field rotation either coils or it releases. So this is similar to the potential and kinetic energy. One is an expression and one is just building potential, and how energy creates matter, and how in this present moment there is no gravity, and how the polarities actually they attract, but they need to be in balance. So I think, let's see, I call this framework for energy and matter. And then when one present moment jumps to the next, it's almost like it's weaving through this quantum field of waves, and it's jumping through it. And if it's filled with love, then it splits into truth and wisdom and justice and kindness. And this is like part of the whole evolution. So I wanted to show this drawing for the little meditation, as usual, at the end of the recording. So here it is. The thing with those geometries is they look so simple, and it's very difficult even to express what they contain, because they contain everything. Everything is inside of this. Anything you could think of about the purpose of existence and life, esoteric, metaphysical, physical, anything, it's inside of a little drawing like this. Simplicity. I love it. Goodbye.